This former agricultural town is home to one of the most mysterious structures in North America. A stone garden made of sculpted blocks of ancient coral. Some weighed 30 tons. It's called the Coral Castle. Spread over several acres, the complex formations and intricate designs of the stone walls and sculptures marvel tourists. But unlike other great structures around the world, this site is not ancient.
Coral Castle in Florida is often said to be the only modern megalithic structure ever built.
In 1923, Ed Leedskalnin, a Latvian immigrant, began building what he originally called Rockgate Park. But believe it or not, Leedskalnin insisted that he was not using modern machinery to build the impressive structure. He also claimed that he was working alone.
Well, Ed was a hermit, and Ed was a loner, and he was a foreigner, and he was a recluse, and a scientist.
He was in love with a woman, and he wanted to build this facility in memory of her, and he waited for her to come from Europe. And he waited, and he waited, and she never did. But the big question is how did this frail little man move these thousands of pounds of block by himself?
Barely over 5 feet tall and weighing just 100 pounds, Leedskalnin is said to have carved, moved, and hoisted huge multi-ton stones using only a makeshift tripod.
He has a tripod, 3 pieces of Florida pine, and he's got some chains, and he's now going to lift 30 tons, 10 tons of rock. Can't be done. No one could do that.
He would work at night. He wouldn't let anybody watch him. And he said that he knew the secrets of the pyramids.
But what exactly was Leedskalnin referring to? Had he rediscovered the same advanced technology used to build megalithic structures like Karnak and Sacsayhuaman?
Ed, over and over again, would tell people that he knew the secrets that helped the Egyptians build the pyramids. What was he talking about? Why was he constantly harking back to the Egyptians? We don't know.
Leedskalnin continued work on the Coral Castle until his death in 1951. In the journals he left behind, the builder explained that he had discovered the ancient secret of transforming stones into weightless objects.
Ed says this in his pamphlet, Magnetic Current, that real gravity is actually real magnet. So if you reverse the magnet force with a force of some kind of electromagnetic, radio perhaps, frequency, you can then make these rocks not as heavy as they seem otherwise, and therefore you can lift them.
But if Leedskalnin had developed a device that could modify gravity, what was his secret? Some suggest the answer lies in a mysterious black box that can be seen in various photographs. A box that has since disappeared.
The black box sitting on top is the element that no one has ever seen except in those pictures, and no one has today. We believe that black box has something to do with how he got these massive, heavy, brittle pieces of rock up in the air in a way that no one can duplicate.
He had some kind of magnetic machine down in one of his other house areas that has since been dismantled, but it had a revolving ability. He may have been having that thing spin. The whole place could have been anti-gravity. Probably just pushed these into place.
Levitation is the only way that I know of to hold up very heavy objects. Very, very high-speed trains are magnetically levitated. These high-speed trains don't have wheels that touch any tracks. They're literally suspended above the track using magnetic forces.
We can speculate at this time that there are techniques
for using electromagnetism to nullify gravity. This was the great quest of Einstein. The motivation for such technology is, of course, to lift a large spaceship out into space and across space.
Could it be that Ed Leedskalnin utilized anti-gravity to levitate and distribute the enormous rocks used to build Coral Castle? If so, where did this incredible knowledge come from?
And he died taking this secret to his grave. The question is, did he invent it, or did he himself somehow inherit it or learn it from a tradition, or maybe from some visitor from another realm?
The only thing that is explainable is that someone